Hello, my name's Dennis, that's my crime, it's also my punishment, and this is the making of the first few pages for Chapter 2 of Heirs to the Throne, a long-form graphic novel project that we've been planning on and off for a few years now, and we basically started working on it last year. We got the first 19 pages done while I was in the middle of my emigration to America. And now that we're finally in the American studio and everything, these are the first few pages that I've been able to put together on the new setup. So if all this is new to you, the basic gist of what I do is I do some rough sketching using Artrage, which is a software program you can get online, fairly cheap. And I take a couple of screenshots based on 3D models that I've put together using Google SketchUp. This is because the location where the entirety of the story takes place, it's a fixed location, and I'm going to be coming back to rooms several times over the course of the story. So for the sake of consistency and to have a general idea of where everything is in relation to each other, I wanted to focus on having that consistency with the project, hence the reason I made pretty much the entire house, or at least the parts that need to be shown in the story, using Google SketchUp. So unfortunately, around about this point in the recording, this was the very first time I'd used the home setup, the entire computer crashed because, as I've mentioned in the Little Nightmares video and everything, we've had a few issues with the heatsink. So that's unfortunately all that survived of page 20. What we're on right now is page 21, and this is a flashback sequence. The actual comic is probably going to start coming out in about June, July, something like that. We don't have an exact date just yet, but the general idea of the entire chapter is highlighting the relationships between DeVillo and Sylvia, two characters who show up in the first issue, which all of these pages, by the way, are going to be available for free on the website. Click the link right there. The first chapter is already up, you can read through that at your leisure, and yeah. If you're interested in finding out more about the comic, when it's coming out, and so on and so forth, feel free to follow us on our social media. It's twitter.com/DeVillo for me, and of course with the Patreon link, which patrons of our Patreon, they're going to see all of our work before anybody else. This video, in fact, is going to be uploaded. Basically, the moment I finish this video, it's going to be uploaded straight to our Patreon, and the likelihood is it's not going to go live on YouTube for at least a week, probably a month after it's going on Patreon, to be honest, because as I say, we're still hard at work on the comic. We're not really at the promotional stage. We're still making the darn thing. So one thing I will say about the release structure that we're going with this time around for chapter 2, last year I did a huge buffer of pages before Halloween when I started posting a page a week. The problem with that was, while I had my regular day job and I was sorting out the immigration stuff and everything, I ran out of buffer pretty quickly. So in my opinion, the last few pages of chapter 1 kind of suffered in terms of quality as a result. I mean, that's just me personally. So what we've decided to do is, for chapter 2, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be releasing a few pages at a time, so it's not going to be a weekly thing. You could go like a month or two without any new pages. We will be posting the sketches, the work in progress stuff, and letting everyone know what's going on with the comic. Sure, there's always going to be something happening, but we are only going to be releasing the pages for chapter 2 on a scene by scene basis. Basically, when I first started this, a couple of people were suggesting, because it's a long form comic, not a not a short gag strip or anything. This is an ongoing story. It's better to release it in chunks like that rather than a page a week, because somebody coming in for the very first time right in the middle of a scene is going to get a bit confused and not too sure what's going on and everything, and it can be a bit alienating for new people. So that's the general thought process that we're going with there for chapter 2. We'll see how that works out. But as always, like I say, the Patreons get it first, and even though we only have a small number, we just wanted to say thank you so much to anyone and everyone who's contributed so much as $1, because at this point in time, my current income in the world is, it's shared between me and my partner, but we're basically, my wife I should say, since we're married now, basically it's $7 a month at the moment that we're getting for working on this comic and everything. So yeah, every penny counts while we're working on the green card and everything. But yeah, enough rambling. I actually made notes this time, isn't it wonderful? And you may have noticed in the background, it sounds a little bit different. It's almost like we've got backing music this time. Well, after I worked on the Little Nightmares painting, which was like a full hour of me just talking crap, I decided, yeah, we kind of need to keep it to the point and then have some like background noise. Fortunately, a musician that I'm a very big fan of, Miracle of Sound, or Gavin Dunn, he recently released all the content ID on his music. Now, like I say, I'm a big fan of his. I buy pretty much all of his stuff when it comes out. So that's why I decided like all the backing music for the next few videos is going to be, his stuff, because A, it's really good, and B, his songs have actually kind of in a way inspired certain plot lines and everything. I'm not going to say at this point which songs are for which character, but there are a few songs that have been inspirational in the writing process, so there's that there. A few more things I wanted to say. We do have the intention at some point in the future of streaming all of this. I mean, we record it all using OBS. The only reason we've not really streamed anything was because of the, as we said, technical issues, because I couldn't really risk the footage, not so much the footage, I couldn't risk getting deep into working on an issue for the page to suddenly, be lost because of a computer issue. It's like, at the end of the day, while it's nice to have videos on YouTube and to have, regular video updates and all this extra bells and whistles, and have a stream where people can, jump in and, say hi and everything, the priority is the work, the priority is the comic and everything, and actually getting it made and done. I mean, like I say, right now, what I'm doing right now is taking time away from producing the comic. However, I really want to get back into producing YouTube videos which highlight what we do. Because YouTube is probably like the biggest search engine on the planet. I like to show my work. I like to show how I've created something, because I get questions all the time from people who you know, they look at the backgrounds and everything of the comic and they're like, how on earth did you do that? It's like, it's pretty simple. You know, I went on Google Sketchup, I found a couple of models, I made a load of stuff, I shot it in a certain way, I got the right screenshots, and you know, just went to town. So I'm a big fan of like archival content like that, you know. So people who have always been curious about how to start on a particular piece can, you know, take a look at what I've done and, you know, get some ideas from that. You know, maybe not imitate it, just do their own thing with it, you know. One thing I will say about working with, you know, reference and 3D modeling, and we had this whole conversation during the Little Nightmares video, there's no such thing in nature as a straight line. So when you're doing something involving, you know, nature like trees, woods, you know, mountains, all that, a natural landscape, it's much better to do that inspired by reference rather than tracing something. However, if you're working on something man-made, you know, buildings, vehicles, then absolutely 3D reference and tracing is the way to go, in my opinion. If you're going for that consistency, that's what it's all about, in my opinion. So there's that there. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, the whole point of these videos is to provide an example of how I go about solving the problem of you know, creating a particular scene, the way what my process is, and if anyone ever has any you know, questions about why I've done a certain thing and it's not been properly showcased, then, you know, absolutely, you know, don't hesitate to ask me online, and I'll be more than happy to help in any way there. That's pretty much it for the moment. I've said 1,000 times over how I love the pencil tool in Artrage, and you can see right now why I use the ruler for, you know, hard edges and everything, because it's like, if you're going to trace something, you might as well use the right tools for the job, you know. So I think I'm just going to tune out for a little bit. Feel free to, you know, make notes of anything that you see that you want to ask questions about. There's a comment section for a reason. I'm just going to let the lovely Miraculous sound, you know, play us out for a little while, and the next video is going to be focusing on the flats and the colouring. All of this is just the line art for now, all of the sketching and everything. So that's it for me, and enjoy.
slither like snakes in the sand. These words, they will wither the world in your hands. You are the voice in the song, yeah. It's yours when you sing along. tell no lies, but eyes just scratch the surface. Don't shake me, don't make me bare my teeth. You really don't wanna meet that guy. Don't wake me, don't let it off the leash. There's a monster living under this hide. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Well, it's a dog's life, holding on to beauty while the bleak nights are making beasts of men. The fairy tale days are dead, so try not to lose your head when the scent is calling again. Cold reflections that tell no lies, but eyes just scratch